Greetings, I'm Chappers.
And I'm the captain.
And welcome once again to England.
England?
The home of the Queen, the King.
Home of the Queen, the King, the princes, the princesses,
amplifiers.
And all the other royal people.
All of whom, of course, live in Guildford.
Yes.
Next to Lee, they're neighbours.
Absolutely.
And every morning, Lee brings them breakfast in bed just to make sure that they're okay. Absolutely. Yes.
God save the Queen.
God.
She loves a bit of marmalade on her toast in the morning.
Let's not traverse that route.
Can you still be beheaded for treason in this country?
Probably.
You probably can
they'd
be.
probably make an exception in your case.
I can only
Definitely.
apologise. Bang goes my knighthood.
You would be cleft in twain. That's the Adio from Vox, and it's
Vox.
news. You might be forgiven for thinking it's your mum's favourite cushion from a couch because it's all like tartany and sort of cushiony. And you want to also squidge it, but you can't. It's hard.
Not squidgy.
It's not squidgy. I wish it was.
Like a false booby. So, now, up until today, which is May the something in 2017, my personal opinion is that the king of little home use amplifiers is the Yamaha THR 10.
I would agree. I own one.
So do I. Just putting it out there. It's very, very good. But it's been around for a long time. And to be fair, it has seen off one or two challenges. But I suspect possibly, maybe possibly, this is likely to be the first amp to come out that is actually going to change that. However, the Vox Adio, in my opinion, it's only my opinion, maybe it'll be yours too by the end of this video, is the first little amp that's come out that's kind of, I'm sitting going, got a few features on it that I wish the Yamaha had.
It's like new player up, isn't it?
Yeah, it's kind of the right sort of size for me, for my office. It's the same concept of this sort of two little speakers with heavy, heavy stereo imaging. So, what we're going to try and find out during this video is it the kind of thing that I might go, time for the old THR 10 to go, or am I keeping the THR 10?
Right, based upon our experience of owning and using them.
That's right. Kapow! So, let's give you the quick rundown. First and foremost, it has an RMS output of 50 watts.
Okay.
Now, I've got to be honest with you.
That's like 15 watts.
It's like 50 bullshit watts, personally, because it may well do that, but when you have an amplifier with two little speakers in it like this and designed for home use, it's not a gigging amplifier.
No, not even slightly.
It's just a fairly pokey home use amplifier. So, although 50 watts does make it loud, it is louder than the Yamaha if you need volume. I've never really felt with the Yamaha that a problem is that it's not loud enough, because I only use it for sort of really low volume playing at home. So it's louder, but who cares? It has 23 different amp models in it, which I think if you compare that to the Yamaha has maybe, is it 6 or 8? It's not many.
It's a number.
It's a lot less. We're just holding a Yamaha up behind the camera to see how many amp models it's got. 5. It's got 5.
Chinque.
So tons more on the Vox. It has programmable settings, which again, I believe the Yamaha has got as well.
Yep.
Do you know, it's really weird. I've had this Yamaha for ages and I'm now realizing I don't really know. What I like about the Yamaha is I just turn around and go, oh, there's a sound. And then I don't worry about fiddling with anything. But anyway, so we've got programmable user settings, which we've actually stored some settings in already. We've got some EQ. We've got 2 banks of effects, one that does modulation and one that does reverbs and delays. So again, that's very much like the Yamaha. We have super wide mode. What? Super wide mode. Which the Yamaha kind of just has on all the time. It's one of those, why would you ever want to switch it off buttons?
Okay, yeah.
But you can if you want to. So here's the first feature that has got me sold on the Vox and does annoy me with the Yamaha. The Vox has Bluetooth.
Interesting.
So if I want to jam along to stuff, I don't have to go and get the cable. Which, of course, on my new iPhone 7, where it doesn't have a headphone socket anymore,
you can't even do it.
Is a massive ball ache. Yeah, in fact, you can't do it.
Well, you can, but you've got to get an attachment pack.
So I use this little Blackstar sort of Bluetooth gadget that you plug into the Yamaha, and then it allows me to stream via Bluetooth. So it is possible with the Yamaha with a little gadget add-on, but this you don't need it. This has an app. I'm not a big app user.
It has an app.
But it has an app,
yes,
which allows you to do all the sort of deep editing and la-di-blah-di-blah. And then a bit like the Yamaha, it's got a USB output which you can use to record into. This comes with some free software called Jamvox. I forget what software the Yamaha comes with. I think it's a light version of Cubase or something. But anyway, so, and finally, it's roughly-ish similar kind of money to the Yamaha. It's a little bit dearer. This is $279 typically.
That's probably for the tartan print on the front, to
without
be honest
a doubt.
with you.
Because did they get permission from the Chapman family to use the Sutherland?
That's actually not a Sutherland tartan.
clan
No, I
tartan?
can guarantee
No?
that's not a Sutherland tartan. No.
Does it have a little optional sprocket thing that hangs on the front where you keep your powder? What are they called? On the front of your kilt?
Definitely called a sprocket.
What's it called?
Sporran.
What? Sporran. I knew it was a spos something.
Do you know what the
or
little
other.
knife is called?
A knife.
Ski and do.
Skin do.
Yeah, ski and do.
So is there an episode?
It's because Lee's French.
Is there an episode of Scooby Doo where he meets a man with a skin do, and it goes, Scooby Doo, watch out for the skin do! In the spotting with the skin do, the Scooby Doo, have a Scooby snack. Spotting. Is there an episode? So look, enough pointless tomfoolery.
That's entirely the point of us, Lee.
I should also mention as well, one of the things, now cabinetry is hugely important when you're trying to make a small amplifier because, of course, you haven't got a lot of room for air to move. And, you know, the way in which the cabinet is designed and ported, it makes a massive difference to the sound. The Yamaha is very cool. It's like a steel thing. Sounds great.
Yes. Has a handle too.
Yeah, this doesn't really have a handle. It has a sort of a recess
Minus
on the
points.
back to pick it up. Anyway, the cabinet on this is a injection molded sort of sealed cabinet. So they're basically, the Vox guys are saying that actually quite a lot of time and effort went into designing the cabinet to really maximise all the bass end and all that
this is
stuff.
plastic though, isn't it?
Yep, injection molded plastique.
Right, and the Yamaha's metal.
It is possibly if you dropped it, possibly gives the Yamaha an edge. Don't drop your guitar amps is the. So let me just have a quick swish down other features. 2 3-inch speakers, stereo. Oh, batteries. Yep, got batteries. Which do you have the batteries in the Yamaha? I've never run it off batteries, I don't know.
Yep. It's got a battery compartment.
So you can do
yeah.
batteries. I reckon you get 8 hours out of some AA batteries in this. Super lightweight, as they all are, to be fair.
Sorry, I'm yawning.
It's fine. There's a bass. There is a bass version of this, which I believe Yamaha just have a bass setting on the regular THR10, but there's a bass version of this that has 17 different bass models. What else? I think all the other stuff I've basically covered. Auxiliary input, acoust stage function, whatever that means. Oh, that's the wide thing. That's the button that you would never switch off. Noise reduction circuit for the high gain stuff, and a tuner built in.
Okay.
So to be honest with you, a lot of similar features to the Yamaha. So let's check out the tone. I've preset 4 tones, like rock, clean, blues, metal, basically just messing around, choosing some sounds that I like. So
well, let's start
Robert.
with the first sound.
Yeah.
I'm using
No pedals. by
I'm
the
using
way.
a PRS.
Yeah, we just thought we'd get some cheap thing out the cupboard to play with.
It's a wood library. It's a McCarty.
It's a 594.
It's a limited dirty thing. Doesn't really clean up.
It's because we've got a super heavy noise gate on the high gain stuff. So if you
I
back
see.
the volume down.
it does that sound.
It does a sound.
It's a bit quiet at the moment for me to really feel the vibe.
Well, we've got plenty more volume.
Can we make it just a little bit louder?
We've got 50 watts of BS volume. But we can certainly... Did make a difference, in fairness. It
made a big difference.
And fuller.
Yeah, it does.
It is a lot louder than the Yamaha. I'm gonna give you that. I don't think you get the Yamaha.
Well, we're gonna
to
have to find out how loud it goes at some point, aren't we?
Anyway, let's have a nice spangly clean sound with a little bit of chorus and delay on it that I programmed in earlier. Maybe with your coil.
That sounds really nice.
Sounds really good.
Yeah.
Okay, this one I was going to do because this is a sort of a we've obviously used different amp models for each of these, so ignore where the kind of settings are on the GoPro camera here. We aren't using a dual rec for every single one of these.
Surprise. That's a nice tone. It's a really nice tone.
It does that kind of, because the problem with the really high gain stuff, as we found out a minute ago, is that the amp adds a really heavy noise gate so that you don't get lots of background hum. But it does mean as you back the volume down on the guitar, the noise gate starts to struggle to hear the difference between what's background noise and what's guitar. So it kind of farts a bit. Whereas there shouldn't be a big noise gate on this sound, so I should get... Do you mind if I stay on this for just a second?
No, that's fine.
There are two things about my Yamaha THR that one annoys me and one I've never really tried. So, firstly, I've never really tried using pedals with my THR.
Neither have I.
Because it's a bit like it's got loads of effects built in.
But it's not the kind of amp you would do, is it? You
so why bother?
Pick it up and do it.
But I do get tons of... Every time I do a little jam in my office on my THR, guaranteed somebody posts in the comments section, how does it take pedals? And I always answer by going, I don't know, because why would you put pedals into this? But we have got a little Greer Lightspeed on the floor here, which is kind of the ideal pedal to make a sound like that more driven. So let's see if it sounds any good. Let's just get the levels about right. Of a difference, Nick? it's doing what the Lightspeed does, which is just kind of add a little bit of extra.
If you sustain the note and turn it on and off.
It has that that harmonic thing that it just kind of does. It's pretty subtle, but it does work. I mean, it's not sounding bad.
It doesn't. But I'm just going to say it doesn't do anything like it does through a valve amp. I mean, it's really because it's not able to push a preamp section.
Here's the thing with my THR10 that does annoy me, and that's that if you use it with a Ditto looper or any looper for that matter, with a bit of gain on it, what happens is the Yamaha can't cope with the two guitar signals going in simultaneously.
No.
So you'll have the loop going and it sounds fine, and then you start playing over the top, and as you play over the top, the loop sort of disappears underneath you because the amp can't cope with the two things happening simultaneously. It's not like the whole time, it's just when you play notes it sort of ducks out. So I've got a Ditto looper on the floor here. So I'm just going to see what happens if we put a little quick loop around here. It's not as bad as it is on the Yamaha.
You're right.
It's a little bit, still doing it a little bit, but it's not as bad. I wonder if that's maybe the extra power that it's got, or
potentially the extra 50 BS watts.
Possibly, yeah, absolutely. It's not RMS, it's BSS. But it's definitely that's tickled me now, because I'm sort of thinking I do use a looper a lot, and it would be nice if the little amp did better. Anyway,
it would be nice if they built a looper into it, wouldn't it? Really, I mean, that's the kind of thing you'd expect.
To be totally honest with you, that's the other amp that I'm thinking about getting, but it's just maybe a bit too big. But it's the little Fender Mustang GT40, because that, if you buy the pedal with it, has got the looper built in. So that's another contender, albeit it's a bit bigger. Anyway, the final sound that we've programmed in here is like a super high gain. This is the dual rec one, by the way. So here we go.
Saggy on the low end there, sir.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's more of a lead sound than a...
Yeah, well, I dialed it in as a lead sound with... I tell you what's probably doing that is there's delay on it, so it's probably not helping.
Take the delay off. I like it. I don't know if I like that tone more than tones I've had from the Yamaha.
Well, that's the dual rec
Being
one.
Sat on the fence cop.
It was a bit. It wasn't the most convincing, was it? But that's not the kind of sound that I would buy this for. Well, look.
And yet it is what I would buy it for.
So there we are. The Vox Adio. Does it sort of?
And so, what's the value?
$279
Sterling.
English Imperial credits of the crown.
And what's the AMI?
240 odd, something like that.
Right. We're going to have to do a video one day where we shoot them out, aren't we?
You know what needs to happen is one of you guys, Yamaha, I don't know, THR10 Mark II. Just saying, maybe it's there. I don't know. I have no official you know, confirmation that that's coming, or even a rumor. I've just totally made that up. But it needs a looper, or I don't know, or Vox do some sort of USB pedal or Bluetooth pedal. That's what you need. Bluetooth pedal that plugs into this and does a looper. Can you have two Bluetooth things simultaneously? Can it like Bluetooth music into it and do a Bluetooth speaker thing?
You can, but it just reminds me of that old Bluetooth Gibson thing.
That old Bluetooth magic.
Do you remember with the
the
foot control for the robot
Firebird?
guitar? Yeah.
No, not Firebird. What was the original? The one with the one with the red finish on it.
Yeah.
Ugly looking thing.
Yeah.
The robot.
I mean, it had some great sounds.
That was when that kind of technology was being pioneered.
We're thinking back 5 years ago.
Yeah.
We've been doing this for 7 years, you know.
7 years.
Yeah.
So look, there we go. That's the Vox Adio. I must admit, I am going to phone up the man that runs Vox UK, threaten to publish some images I have of him at the Frankfurt show from 1997. If he doesn't send me a free Vox Adio, you know who you are.
You're going to have to show me these photographs.
And then when I've got a free one of these, I will compare it to the Yamaha THR 10 in my office and conclude. But I'm leaning towards going, I've got to be honest with you, I do think the Yamaha looks nicer, but that's just, that's just me being
Yeah,
me.
I think the problem is there are pros and cons on both sides. Really, it's unfair to do a comparison in a review where there's no other amp next to this amp.
Yeah. Do you know what, in terms of, you probably can't even see this properly. So here comes an image on screen now where the full glory of the screen is taken up with the Vox Adio, because we have used two of the most enormous microphones that we could find to obscure, to mic this up, which has obscured its look in shot. And this cabinet, by the way, is entirely here.
It's fiction.
For the purposes of being a table. It's not plugged in.
Everything you've heard has come from this.
This.
And then into this. And then digitally into your
Your ears.
Probably via an iPhone. And
probably
then
through your iPhone speakers.
Chemicals in your eardrum have recreated what it means to you.
Well, there we go. Look.
It's all illusionary.
I tell you what is good. I just think it's nice. Really, Yamaha have such a free run at this for the last 3 or 4 years, because all the other brands have just gone, here's quite a big conventional practice amp, and it's like, oh yeah, but you're missing the point of the whole stereo is very, very cool. So I'm happy that at least there's a choice now, because choice is good.
Choice is good.
Except when it comes to music stores, where there should only be one choice for you, and that's
Andertons.co.uk if you live in Europe land.
Or anywhere in the world. And would like to pay the shipping fee for us to get it to you. You could buy a t-shirt though, like one of these.
I had one yesterday, but then it got dirty.
I know, you dribbled down it.
Yeah.
In a fit of excitement.
I got sweet chili sauce down it when I was eating the squid.
Anyway,
I've been Rob Chapman.
Yes, I've been the captain.
See you later, guys.
Love you guys. Bye.
This is Rory from the UK.
Tell me about Rory.
So he edits videos. Rory's awesome.